The proof of these pages, sorry, tracks. Yep, that made more sense on the paper. I'm not an expert. I'm just the guy with a laptop and a story. When anyone starts giving advice about mental health, you should be sure you can trust what they are saying. I have written this book in consultation with an experienced clinical psychologist, Dr. Heather Bolton. All this content has been thoroughly reviewed and approved, even if I wrote 10 pages and had to delete it all, much to my horror. So trust that what made it into this audiobook is thoroughly fact-checked and hopefully entertaining. The theory this book is based on, the exercises and advice within come from evidence-based approaches. This means it's founded on a scientific understanding of the problems and has been tested and proven to be effective. If it's in this book, it's not just a nice-sounding idea or a self-discovery. It's cold, hard science that has been shown to work. This includes approaches from CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, ACT, acceptance and commitment therapy, CFT, compassion-focused therapy, and positive psychology. Many books are dedicated to exploring a single topic, method of treatment, or mindset. These books often have a single, fundamental point to make, but can then have a lot of history or methods around the answers. This is valid, but not necessarily the most useful experience for someone who needs help. This book is a lean, mean mental health machine. We'll cover many of the known and new methods understood to really make a difference, but I'll make the point you need to understand and move on to the next one. You should never rely on just one book, but this one is essentially the helpful highlights of half the library. The small print. This is a book containing information. It isn't a sentient personal expert that will overhaul your entire life no matter the specific circumstances. Genuinely sorry about that. It is up to you to take what is contained in this text and apply it to you and your life. In mental health, there are no miracle cures that work for everyone. We are all built differently, and you have to find what works for you. Different experts may prefer different approaches, but they all have common ground that reveals the fundamental things that we all should know, and that's what's in here. This book focuses on the general human experiences we all have, helping us to understand how the things we do every day affect our minds so we can learn to manage ourselves better. Feeling bad is normal and not always dangerous or serious. We can feel depressed or anxious without having serious diagnosable disorders, and it's important to understand the line between what things this book will cover that can apply to us all and what someone may need to seek professional help for. This is not a diagnostic textbook that will go into detail describing various conditions. We'll leave that to the professionals and the dense, dusty tomes. As a general rule, if you've been feeling bad for more than a couple of weeks, are struggling to cope day to day, or are worrying if what you're going through is serious enough to need an intervention, it's worth speaking to a professional. There were times in my life where I needed more than a book, and it's important to accept that and seek help. You aren't expected to listen to this whole thing overnight, apply all of it in one day, and just wake up a superhero. For many of us, it's a series of small steps and changes that help us build up the strength and stamina to survive the trials of life. Listen to this, see what resonates, try something out, and don't be afraid. You're allowed rest days, you're allowed to forgive yourself for failure, and it's okay if something doesn't work for you. This can be sitting in your library for when you need it, ready to pick up again so that you can pick yourself up. It's my hope that from this audiobook you will understand how all the things we do and experience all the time affect our mental health, so we feel more informed, in control of our choices, and know how to help ourselves to live happier. This is the book I wish I could have had earlier. The Toolbox. This audiobook is in 3 parts, designed to help you at different stages, from changing how you feel right now, to improving the world around you to help you feel better in a few days, to long-term attitudes and missions you can undertake to make yourself confident going forward. Think of these 3 parts as the previously mentioned priorities you need to address in order to have a healthier mind. You don't need to listen to the whole thing chronologically. Feel free to skip to the parts you may need right now. We've helpfully split the content into specific tracks so you can easily click on the right one, depending on what part of the mental health wave you're riding. Part 1.